Okay, assignment 3C, you got this multiplication chart. I have it right here, but I shared it with you so you could go back and use it when needed, okay? First, I want to start off by saying, find the product in that expression, and you got a 6x, then a parentheses 5x minus 2. Now, all you need to do is the distributive properties, so you're going to go 6x twice, and you'll times it by 5x, and then you'll times it by negative 2. So let's get 6 times 5 is 30, and then 2 x's make x to the second when they're multiplied, and then negative 12x. So we write, and those can't go together. That's x to the second, that's x, okay? You can't add those, we just write 30x to the second minus 12x. Okay, now that what you're doing on this assignment is going from here back to here. Okay, it's called factoring. So factor the expression. Okay, example 1. We have 5x to the second power plus 30x. Now here's what you want to do with this x to the second power stuff. The number in front of x second power is what's called your a. The number in front of x is what is your b. Okay. This is how you factor an ab quadratic. It's called a quadratic because the x to the second's there. If you have a variable to the second power and that's the highest power you have is to the second, it's a quadratic expression. So on this assignment, you're factoring AB quadratic expressions. Here's what you do. Make a little box, please. Make a parentheses and put a line outside and put the phrase GCF under it. GCF stands for greatest common factor. What you're doing is looking at 5 and 30 on a multiplication table, okay? So here's the 5. Look at the smaller numbers row. 5 is 30 in that row. Yes, it is. So 5 is the greatest common factor. See, 5, here's 5, here's 30. So 5 would be the greatest common factor. So I put 5 out here. Now, if I have x to the second and x, I also need to factor out an x with the 5. Now, what do you do to find the inside of the parentheses? Well, when we go from here to here, we're multiplying. Well, if I have to go backwards and get back to here, I'm going to do the opposite of multiply, which is divide. So you're going to divide by 5x. Okay, now here's how we divide this. First off, the x over the x cancels out. Okay, it's gone. The x to the second over the x does not cancel out. So I divide 5 by 5, that's 1. X to the second divided by x is x. It doesn't stay x to the second. If I divide, here's how that works. You don't have to write this. X second divided by x. X times x, because that's what x to the second is, and that would be x. So those cancel, and I still have the x left, so that's why that's still going to have that. And 30 divided by 5 is 6. And that's all you need to do on this. So your answer is 5x times the 5x times parentheses 1x plus 6. That is what the answer is. 5x times 1x plus 6. Okay, example 2. We have 6x to the second power minus 60x. So again, that's A, that's B. When I have an AB quadratic, I just make the box, line with a parentheses, just like that. I write GCF. Okay. So 6 and 60. Here's the 6th row. Here's 6 is there. Is 60 there? Yep. So that would be in the 6th row, making 6 our greatest common factor. That's what GCF stands for, greatest common factor. Okay, we also have x attached to both. We take the final x, okay? And then I go up and divide by 6x. because whatever the GCF is what I divide by, okay? Whatever I put here, okay, whatever I put here, I go up and divide that. See, I put 5x here, so I went up and divided both by 5x. Here I have 6x out here, so I underline both of them, and I divide both of these by 6x. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And also you want to cross out those x's. X second divided by x is always x. And then 60 divided by 6 is 10. Okay? So that's the answer, 6x times 1x minus 10. Okay, example 3. We've got 2x to the second minus 8x. So again, a is the x, the number in front of x second is a, the number in front of x is the b. So an AB quadratic is factored by just finding the greatest common factor, GCF. So 2 and 8. So let's go to the 2 row. Go to your smallest numbers. The smaller number's 2, so go to 2's row. 2's here is 8 there, yep. So 2 is going to be our greatest common factor. And also x goes with that as well. Now I underline both these and I divide by what I have here, 2x, both of them. Always cross out the final x. 2 divided by 2 is 1. X to the second divided by x would be x minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I've factored this into 2x times 1x minus 4. Okay, and then the last one. Not a very long video here today. Okay, 8x to the second plus 10x. So you got A, you got B. Okay, GCF, 8 and 10. So let's go check 8's row and see if 10's there. There's 8, there's no 10 though, so we work our way up. Go find 8 again, right there, okay? There's 8 but no 10, so I keep going up. Find 8 again. Here's 8 and there's 10. So 8 and 10 are in this row. That's our second row. So 2 is our greatest common factor with x. Okay, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. X to the second divided by x would be x. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the answer to that is 2x times 4x plus 5.